Number 3, solve the equation 3 power x squared is equals to 27 power x plus 1. So when you look at this equation carefully, you realize that 27 can also be written to the base of 3. So we have 3 power x squared is equals to 27 power x plus 1. So writing to the base of 3, we'll have 3 power x squared is equals to 3 power 3 into x plus 1. 27 is the same as 3 power 3. Then we had x plus 1. So we open the brackets for these indices. So we'll have 3 power x squared is equals to 3. 3 times x is 3x. Then 3 times 1 is plus 3. So if you look at it, we have the same bases. So we'll ignore the bases and equate the powers. So we'll have x squared is equals to 3x plus 3. Looking at what we have obtained, it's a quadratic equation. So we rearrange so that it can be in that form. So we'll take 3x and 3 across the equal sign, which they will all be negative. So we'll have x squared minus 3x plus minus 3, this should be minus 3, is equals to 0. X squared minus 3x minus 3 is equals to 0. So you can solve using an appropriate formula. You can use quadratic formula, you can use factorization if it is possible, or use completing the square method. I'll use quadratic formula. So x is equals to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Where if we look at our equation, our a is equals to 1, that's the coefficient of x squared. Our b is equals to negative 3, and our c is also negative 3. The constant is negative 3. The middle term is negative 3. So you substitute in here. So our x will therefore be negative b, but our b is negative 3. So negative of negative 3, then plus or minus the square root of b squared, that is negative 3 squared, then minus 4 times a, then times c, which is also negative 3, all over 2a, 2 into 1. So if you simplify that, we will say x is equals to negative of negative 3 is positive 3. Then negative 3 squared is positive 9. So we have 9. Negative 3 times 1 is negative 3 times negative 4. We'll have plus 12 here all over 2. Then 12 plus 9, that is 21. So we'll have 3 plus or minus the square root of 21 all over 2. Then you can take your calculator and find the square root of 21. Square root of 21 will be 3 plus or minus square root of 21 is 4.5826. That is to 4 decimal places all over 2. Then now we can be able to find two values, one when you're using positive and another one when you're using negative. So we'll say the first x is equals to 3 plus 4.5826 all over 2. And when you work out that, divide by 2, we are obtaining 3.7913. That is one of the values. Then secondly, when we use minus, we will have x being equals to 3 minus 4.5826, then divided by 2. When you work out here, we'll be able to get negative 0.797913. Then look at the conditions of the question. We were not asked to a given number of decimal places or any condition. So you say hence x is equals to negative 0.7913, or x is also equals to 3.7913. I want you to try these three questions so that you can be sure you've understood the area. The first question I want you to try is 3 power x squared is equals to 81 power x minus 1. I want you to try 3 power x squared is equals to 81 power x minus 1. Secondly, I want you to try 2 power 2x squared then plus 3x is equals to 8 power 4. 2x squared plus 3x, they are all powers. Then here we have power 4. Then lastly, C, I want you to try 9 power x plus 3 power 2x minus 1 is equals to 53. So try these three questions. In case of any challenge, kindly reach out.